ones that are on tonight, welcome. We welcome you to Live Right Ministries. And this is the second part of our kingdom. Let me do the reverse, Dr. Richards. This is the second part of our kingdom study. I usually do the first part, and then Doc would do the second part of our ministry for tonight. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Put your hands up, send it in the chat. We will read your comments in the chat. All right. God bless you. We thank you. Over to you, Dr. Richards. If there are scripture verses, check in the chat, even if you're new with us tonight, and choose a scripture verse and just put your name next to it, and then find it in the New King James Version. And Dr. Richards, once he calls that scripture verse, you just unmute yourself and read it. Dr. Richards, I set it for you so that you can go straight into the studies tonight. God bless you. I don't think we're not hearing you, Dr. Richards.
Yes, I just realized
All
I'm
right.
still muted.
Okay.
So good evening to you. Welcome to everyone to our second part of our kingdom study for this evening. And as First Lady has already done the explanations, let's get straight into what we're going to do today. We are looking at the devices of the devil. The devices of the devil. We have dealt with a few of them already. We've dealt with doubt, distraction, detractors, disappointment. And last evening, we dealt with discouragement. Discouragement. And discouragement is, it's furious. It's a feeling of despair. It's a place you get to where you don't want to go on. Something happened and you're just in distress. You just don't feel, you don't have the zeal, you don't have the energy, you don't have the will to go on. You are discouraged. And that's what the devil wants for us. He wants us to be discouraged so much so that we give up our walk with Christ. We give up and we don't want to go on. And last night we talked about different things that cause discouragement. Tonight we want to talk a little bit about how to deal with discouragement, because we get discouraged people get discouraged from time to time. Disappointment leads into discouragement, and we don't want to be there because we recognize that this is a plan of the enemy to keep us from our goal. So how do we deal with discouragement? Well, the first thing I want to suggest to you is that we need to lower our expectation of others to a realistic level. What do I mean by that? Sometimes we expect too much from people. Sometimes we expect too much and more than people are willing or able to give. We get disappointed and it leads to discouragement when people don't live up to our expectation. So sometimes we have to lower expectation. You know that story about teaching a fish, you can't judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree. A fish will never be able to climb a tree, and a bird will never be able to swim in the ocean. So we have to be realistic. We have to be realistic. And sometimes we put too much expectation on people. And when they disappoint us, we get discouraged. Folks, your pastor is only a man or a woman.